This reading is centered around a relationship where there was real intention towards expansion. We're talking family, children, long term structure. At some point, though, things broke down, and the breakdown didn't come from lack of desire. It came from a misalignment in values. How do we define family? What does it take to build one? What does it take to maintain one? And one or both parties realized, I don't know if I can build that with you. For those in separation, you're covered under the long term energy. For some of you, this has been a separation that lasted over a year. And one side very clearly wants to revisit the connection, not casually, not emotionally, just for closure, but to say, can we go back to the table and finish what we started? Because to them, this relationship still holds weight, purpose, and importance. Two paths emerging. Now, this is where the reading splits. Path one, accountability and rebuild. There is a group here that is willing to keep the promise, willing to own where they fell short, aware that they missed timing, didn't meet key moments, or failed at critical crossroads. And they're saying, I'm ready now. Let's continue the flight plan. Path two, you're outside looking in. Then there's another group. They are not back in the connection yet. They're still watching, hoping, trying to manifest a return, trying to get back to the point where they can reopen the conversation, rebuild the foundation, recreate the family they once envisioned. And the word you were reaching for, reestablish, or even stronger, reconnect. And this is Spirit's advice, which is very practical and very clear. Magician, social media, and the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. For some of you, there's too much control, monitoring, external focus, and not enough grounded action. And specifically, work, timing, imbalance is an issue. Spirit is saying you cannot build something sacred while neglecting the person you're trying to build it with. There needs to be listening, presence, adjustment, because this blessing you both want, it's being delayed by misalignment in priorities. For those of you who haven't unlocked the gate yet, for those who are still outside and still waiting for this to come together, this is not just about love. This is about timing, readiness, and alignment with truth. You can't unlock the gate by watching, waiting, or wishing. At some point, it becomes, am I actually prepared to build this the right way? Or do I just want the idea of it? This wasn't a lack of love. This was a lack of alignment. And now the question is, are you ready to build it properly or just revisit what felt good? Let's tap in. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bethany Alexandria. I am your host and reader, Thelia. A warm welcome back to our new and returning viewers, and to our subscribers, a special shout out. Welcome to Blind at Midnight. This reading may resonate with you if you have been seeing numerical synchronicities of angel number 404, 444, and 333. You may also be a fan of Michael Jackson. The initials J and or M may be important. Also, someone here may be a vocal coach. Coming up on 333, I kept hearing, ooh, 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 ooh. So someone here may be warming up or collaborating with someone on a track or something of that sort. And you may also be, you or someone in your energy is going through a lot of memories. I kept hearing, you and me on the beach. What about us, girl? Brr-da, da, 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 brr-da, da, 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 da. Someone here may be into break dancing. You may have been out. This could have been on vacation or maybe going through a subway system, and you saw an MJ impersonator or someone miming. All right, let's tap in. Spirit guides, those inclined to unconditional love and divine service, thank you for assisting us with the transmission of these messages. Who are we reading for? The initials D and or C may be important. We have frame, ornament, children. If you are a parent, you may have recently been at an art store. This could have been an art store activity that centered around a birthday event for dependents, children. For others of you, you are in the art industry. Someone here may be a photographer as well. You may have recently been taking photos or had arranged to have professional photos taken of your family. For others, you are thinking about setting up a home foundation and adding children in the mix of that. You're also thinking about what kind of energy stream will be required of you in order to make this happen. You're asking yourself whether or not you are mature enough as well to carry this responsibility, and if the news of a child will be a welcomed event. Wow, that was a lot. I'm also getting that from the feminine aspect. If you are a feminine energy, you may be desirous of creating or expanding a family, and you are in the throes of working out how best to either find the appropriate partner for this or how to articulate this to your now current partner. Sunflowers may be important. You may be visiting a waterfall this summer. Spirit guides, can you tell us what is hidden here? Someone here may like daffodils. You may want to look up the significance of daffodils. We have old conditioning releasing in the reversed. Old conditioning releasing around family, around how to go about accomplishing a family. If you have yet to establish a family and you've always wanted one, there's a call here for you to dive into what you consider to be family, maybe even looking deeper into the structure of it, how it functions, how it sustains itself as an economy. Is it an economy that is self-sufficient, or is it another type of intermingled economy that requires some level of dependence between members? Something here about someone's sock falling on the floor. Old conditioning releasing that you need to look at. Your approach in framing a family, how a family runs, needs to change very much so. We have Clover upright, and outdated expired thinking following. And these are following old conditioning releasing. So there's definitely something here about how you consider establishing a family. You may have been very settled on a certain approach, and maybe time has taught you otherwise. There's an opportunity here for you to transcend this thinking or thought pattern that's held you back from accomplishing or successfully framing and accomplishing with ornament children this goal. It is possible as well. I'm hearing that your approach to it may be a bit too innocent. So there may be an invitation here for you to upgrade some of your innocent approach when it comes to family dynamic and running a family with some more practicalities, real life things. Where is this leading? We have union, reconciliation, coming back, second chance, rebuilding. There's someone here that you've been with. Either you've been married for over a year or there was a break in the union and you wish to expand. There's definitely a timestamp of a break on your relationship here. Or there was an event that really rocked you, rocked the foundations of what you thought you were building, so much so that moving forward required that you went through a ritual of reconciliation and coming back. This is taking it all the way back to the studs kind of thing. What's union? Someone likes the way that I do my readings. Thank you. Union, more than a year, unlock the gate. I do see that this individual here that you're with, for some of you, your partner has been wanting to implant in you exactly what you've been wanting. Maybe you have fears around it, or you've just not. There's an energetic gate here that is locked. Why is this energetic gate locked and what is it about? It is about your openness to seeing things anew, afresh, and allowing yourself to go down different paths that you have not. If you've been super anxious about getting pregnant in a new relationship, your spirit guides are calling you to acknowledge the passage of time and the clover, lucky break, golden nugget moments that you can get from this. It is possible that they are netting together for you a kind of strong partnership dynamic that can hold up and successfully bear the responsibilities of an expanding family. Your partner between the two in this union that you have, this is definitely a relationship that you've been in over a year. Your partner is very open to being frisky and risky. They are looking to have more entertainment and deeper exploration when it comes to sensuality and intimacy. If you are doing things such as pulling out thermometers and checking watches when you are intentional about not only creating life but entering into intimacy, this is a mood killer. You are advised to desist from doing so with immediacy. Something here about a bumblebee. You may have really full eyes, beautiful eyes. Spirit, We're going to move into Spirit's advice, and then we'll get some further clarifiers for you. Okay, keeping a promise. The promise of the union that you've entered into, the promises and or the vows that you took at the altar. We do have Celine Dion's "That's the Way It Is," and the line, "There's no easy way out," just came through. Don't give up on your faith. Love comes to those who believe it. And that's just the way it is. Okay. So here you are deciding that your union is a treasure to you and for you, and that the bonds that you are creating are important, investing in. There is an allowance, an invitation here, I'm hearing at dusk. Someone here may like to take moonlit or evening or early morning walks. For some of you, you find this to be really bonding, and this is something that maybe you have as a part of, okay. There is a feminine energy here that is attuned psychically to what you need to do in order to calibrate your system to welcome a child. You're currently in a partnership, and some of these activities are activities for you and your partner, but possibly your schedule has you working on polar opposites of each other, and this is making it difficult for you to have this sacredness. There's a feminine here who is aware on a certain level how to calibrate the masculine and feminine dynamics in the relationship in order to bring children into being. And you may be having a hard time arranging things or articulating this to your partner, but I do see here that there is a breakthrough with the unlock the gate energy and keeping a promise. This is you actually being able to create an empathic bridge so your partner understands why certain bonding rituals may be important. You may be from a certain lineage of women. You may observe certain sacred practices. This may be tied to your faith as well. We have red lipstick stains. This is talking it through, possibly allowing ourselves to be emotional as well and owning up to the portions where we haven't shown up as we would have liked. We have at a special date in the reverse, yes. I'm guilty of standing us up in this. I'm guilty of not prioritizing this or that. I'm guilty of not placing enough emphasis on traditions and calendar dates that are important to you. Feminine energy and or masculine, depending on who is more traditional. There's a party here that's also questioning bringing children into the dynamic because you sense or you've assessed and perceived that your partner is not as traditional, and you're not so confident that they will be able to successfully support you. Last card for you guys to close out on the advice. Final card, flight plan. Whew, so that was a lot. So where do we go from here? This is you guys. things didn't go as you wanted them to. Maybe the flight was a little bit delayed. Maybe there was an accident on the tarmac a kilometer ahead. Whatever the case is, you sat down and you stood upon the foundations of the initial promises that you made to each other. And the commitment energy here is quite beautiful to see with this more than a year energy. For where this is leading, this is the opening energy. The feeling here is that for the time that we have invested, which is more than a year in this union, that it is full time that we lay down certain armors that we may be wearing. We are married after all. I am your sugar plum, you my sugar loops, and if we're gonna partner up for real, then we gotta be real about this, you know? Yes, we had to replace the wheels on the plane, but we're ready to go. So what's our destination? Can you call in to the control tower and let them know? Yep. Send in our coordinates, confirm them. Yep. Have them get us lined up to take off. Ooh, this is nice. Ooh la la. Let's dive into your energy a little bit more, my darling. Frame ornament. How do we include children in this mix? Can we afford it? If a child comes in, what do we do? Do we want to just leave it up to the winds of time? Or do we want to put our heads together and be intentional about what we're creating? I do see here as well that the child familial family energy that you're trying to attract is also beyond the veil, working through you as well. We have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. This is about asking the right questions, sussing out what the right timing looks and feels like, and aligning them to our values. When we get to these crossroads, how are we going to put our heads together? King of Cups in the reverse, when we go through disappointments, how are we going to weather these storms together? For some of you, if you have done some kind of fertility treatment, you may be feeling a bit exhausted, unexpected all of a sudden, due to some of your attempts not taking. Spirit guides are saying to you to lighten up. Yes. Yes, because you must. And how you're feeling in your nervous system at this point, you need to give up the ghost on the anxiety, because the divine wants you to be sexy and bountiful. They want you to be crowned with this energy of Aphrodite, which is an energy of a land that is fertile and ready to be implanted. Not to be implanted with bombs or missiles or rubble and noise and mayhem, but beautiful lovemaking. The waters that run through this energy, they are pure, they are undisturbed, they are tranquil, they are fruitful for the implantation that you need. The divine is saying to you that implantation begins in the spirit. They want your waters to be sweet. This is your emotions. This militant, mechanical approach towards expanding a family is killing the vibe. It's killing your ability to attract as a feminine energy as well. Your children on the other side want the waters of you to be sweet. They want your yoni to be sweet. Let's make it a buck. When you are entering into intimacy and your partner is tasting of you, be it at the crown or the root, Your partner's energy in the unseen requires a certain sweetness and willingness. Your partner doesn't want this mechanical gate. They want the gate to be unlocked. Why? Because you made an agreement that you're entering into the sacredness of union. So they're saying to you, put your money where your mouth is. You said it was okay for us to go to the altar, so where's the trust that you're supposed to be giving me? What's King of Cups reversed? Unexpected. Okay, no. They're saying to continue. Okay, spirit guides for what's hidden. All conditioning releasing. The High Priestess. And you know this. You know this. You are tapped into the law and the balance that is required, as I picked up on earlier, for you to be in this reproductive energy. Someone here may be eating papayas and or pineapples. You may also be having pressurized feelings towards the furrow between the brow, kind of like around the area of the pineal gland as well. Something here about pine cones may be significant. What's the High Priestess? Ace of Wands reversed. So you know, you're aware of the old conditionings. You both are. Well, you are. And this is being communicated to your partner. You've also known that this has been the reason why things have been stalled. Ace of Wands in the reverse. It's the old conditioning. You're placing too many limitations. Home foundation in the reverse on how to go about creating a family. And it's creating kinks in things. Where is this leading? More than a year. Union. Unlock the gate. Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Missing thinking of you in the reverse. Here is the break in the relationship. The home foundation, the putting together of resources stopped. There was a lot of bitterness, coldness here towards each other. Things weren't moving anywhere. Chariot in the reverse. We have legal matters, disputes as well. In the upright, sorting things out. Are we talking about divorce here? Oh, wow. For some of you, for, I would say, you know, maybe a 3 percentile. If you are not in a relationship and you were in one where you broke the contract, this could have been just common law or a marital contract. This individual from the past, if you had made a promise of any kind to them about children or building a family, subconsciously they are still holding on to this. And this individual is still thinking, hoping that there is a possibility that you'll still entertain reconciling for the purposes of building a family. This individual wants to come in to call you to task on this promise, but I do see you here kind of taking the L, almost resigning yourself to eating all of the humble pie and saying guilty as charged, but with this add a special date in the reverse card, you're letting this person know with fly plan in the upright following that your plans have changed. And this is no longer the case. What Spirit's advice here? Back to those that are in a union and wanting to rebuild and or expand. Keeping a promise. Red lipstick stains. I wish to hold on to this relationship because it means everything. The Magician. I believe that our vows mean something, and I have every intention on cashing on the promise of that. I do believe that our union is fated. Social media keeping tabs. Oof. Ace of Pentacles falling out in the reverse. Here we have the energy of an individual here that lost out on an opportunity. They're on the outside. You or this person could have strong Gemini energy. Gemini, Cancer, Pisces, Taurus. The Magician. Social media. For some of you, you have yet to reconcile with your partner. How you'll know who this partner is, this is this individual, whomever it is with whom you've ever family planned or talked about children or family. This union broke up because outdated thinking is prevalent here. And we weren't confident that this manner of thinking was sufficient to successfully bring a family into being. Magician, social media keeping tabs, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Now this individual that's on the outside is having a realization here. Spiritual awakening. And it seems now that this information is coming through. Whatever it is that you're doing on social media, they're at a crossroads about it. They're possibly realizing that you are heading two separate and unrelated directions. For those of you in coupledom, if you are invested in work, maybe you are a public figure of some kind, maybe you have a very demanding job that is very public facing, your partner here, if they say to you that I do need for you to take a step back from giving so much of you to everybody else, please hearken your heart and your ear to whatever it is that they are saying. This is really mucking about this divine blessing coming through. We do have the Ace of Pentacles in the reversed. Your partner serves as the polarized version of your scale, and a partnership isn't about being right or wrong. It's about moving in tandem and actually being so focused on your partner that you make the most beautiful relationship dance in this lifetime. And this also includes the shitty moments and the beautiful moments as well. If you found this reading to be enlightening, revealing, affirming, or encouraging as you go through your experience, because I am feeling from this energy that some of you are really seeing the thick of it, then I invite you to not only be encouraged, but I'll see you for the next reading. Until next time, bye for now.